And thanks for joining us. I'm Randy Meyer.
And I'm Kelsey Carlson. We are now on day 2 of that giant fire burning out of Becker. Right now, it shows no sign of stopping. Now, here's a photo sent in by a viewer that shows just how far that smoke and the smell are reaching right now.
Flames erupted at the Northern Metals recycling plant early yesterday morning, and tonight, those who live and work nearby and far remain concerned about the air they're breathing. Leah Bino joins us live with the very latest on that subject. Leah?
Yes, we are just about 40 hours or so from when this fire was first spotted and reported. I can tell you, as you can see, it speaks for itself behind me. We've been here all day. Here upwind, you can't really smell much of anything, but you get down to the other side, you can smell that strong smell of smoke. You can see some pieces of metal kind of raining down on top of you. That's just a few hundred feet on the other side here. That direction to the southeast is more of a rural area, an industrial park area, and those are the folks that are right now the most concerned.
When I think about that recycling plant coming to Becker, okay, and it came out of Minneapolis because of environmental issues, and here it is, haven't even started yet, and now we've got this big fire, and they didn't even get the thing running before they had their first disaster.
Watching the plume of smoke from his business in a nearby industrial park for the second day, like many others, Michael Vogel has a lot of questions and concerns.
Yeah, it's a spectacle, and it's like, you know, what is coming out of there? What kind of fumes? What kind of chemicals? And it's just, yeah, it's a lot to be happening so close.
At this point, no one can answer those questions. The Minnesota Pollution Control Agency offers guidance and support in situations like this, but not the physical air quality testing. And while monitoring continues to take place, we're told by the Becker police chief and emergency manager, the actual air quality testing will be conducted by a third party. At this point, there's no timeline, and that company is in the process of being hired by Northern Metals.
As you can tell, we've still got a lot of smoke. That's one of our concerns.
For the first time since the fire started, the chief operating officer for Northern Metals put out a statement saying in part the fire was contained to the plant's feedstock area, adding they greatly appreciate the efforts by responders. We've spotted fire crews from at least 24 cities from across the region helping to try and get control of this fire. But at this point, for the mostly volunteer and paid on-call firefighters, there's no end in sight.
It just keeps going and doesn't seem to be slowing down at all.
Now, as you can see, there is a fire hydrant right here, but still crews continue to truck in water because they don't want to risk depleting this water supply. And we asked if there's any progress that's been made today. Is this fire any smaller? Have any of it, any percentage contained? No answers on that front yet, but I can tell you from my very rudimentary observation throughout the hours here today, this flames have gotten larger, the plume has gotten larger, and the smoke much darker. So we'll see what happens in the next 24 hours or so. Randy, Kelsey, back to you.
Leah, you said something that caught my attention. One, that MPCA, Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, does not do its own testing of our own air here in Minnesota, and that Northern Metals is going to hire its own air testing company to check this. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Why is that, and what is the process for that?
That caught us by surprise as well, and I went back and forth with the spokesperson for the MPCA repeatedly today to make sure that I was clear on this. But basically their process is right now providing support and providing guidance. And as long as the entities here, the city, the county, and the owner, as long as they keep this ball moving forward in a sense, that's the MPCA stays at sort of a arm's length. They stay at more of a support role. Should anything break down, which they have no indication that it will, but should anything not continue to move forward toward testing, that's when they would step in and do their testing. But although even at that point, they would hire their own third-party company. So apparently that's the way it works.
All right. Thank you, Leah.
Well, tonight